Yeah, for those who know, I teach an automotive diagnostic course at a university, and today we have one of the student vehicles in the shop. It's a 2018 Subaru Impreza, and we have a few lights on the dashboard that you like to get off. So let's see what's going on. So let's start the vehicle up so I can show you exactly what I'm referring to. There's some additional lights on, but I believe it may be similar to other manufacturers where if you have a fault on the engine, they basically all the lights come on. Right? He mentioned that he also been driving with this light on for like 2 to 3 months, and he's been to a few shops, right? So let's head to the rear of this car and let's listen to the exhaust and see if we have a misfire. So it doesn't sound like it's a misfire, but we definitely have a rough idle thing going on, right? So the student has a scan tool dongle on this car, so I'm gonna use it and see if I can find some sort of direction. Right, we have a few codes on the system. We got a P0171 code. Alright, so we got a rough idle, and this basically giving you a description of the fault codes. So engine RPM is at 900, calculated load is 31, 32, throttle position is at 15, and MAF is at 2.3. So right now it's telling me that I'm adding a lot of load on this vehicle. What does that mean? That's all the pits we have. Can we add something else? Yes, can we add? Let's see. So I'm trying to use this scan tool to see if we can diagnose this car, but we are limited based on, you know, the subscription and stuff like that. It's not the premium type, so I believe I have to get my scan tool to see what's going on. Okay, so we had to get one of the big guns, right? So let's go into control unit. We already know we had a fault on the ECU for the P0171, correct? Yeah. System 2 lane. So I believe they replaced some parts. What did they replace? Crank?
Yeah, crank and cam.
Crank and cam sensor for a lean code. Are they correct? I'm not sure, but I highly doubt that. Well, it didn't rectify the problem because the check light is still on. Right, so we got a P017 code, we got a P1603. Let me know that the ECU also sends that the engine stalls. The engine stalls from time to time, right? Yeah. While he's driving. Right, we got lost communication power steering control module, and he's been driving this vehicle like this for a few months. So let's go into live data and let's see exactly what Subaru says when it comes to the air fuel sensor. So right now is around lambda is around 1, timing is good, but I'm dumping fuel. I'm like at 4.1 millisecond, which is high, and my long term and short term is also high. And we know that if you add this up, you're gonna get like, let's say close to, what is that, 50%. So that's something wrong. So it looked like the ECU stopped trying to trim. Cool. What else? Calculated load is at 32, so that's letting me know that we have a lot of load on this vehicle. AC is off, light is off, but yet we dumping at least, let's say 4.1, well, high fuel consumption, right? And my short term and long term is really off, and I'm running lean. Look at oxygen sensor 2 is 0.07. Okay, so first thing I like to do is let's see if we can trust the O2 sensor. That's the first thing. So we could step on the gas right here and see if it reacts, which it does. Okay, so what we do just now is just enrich the system. So it's showing that the O2 sensor is working. We could also create a lean condition. Can you pull the dipstick, please? So if you pull the dipstick or create any lean condition, I'm expecting to see my short term, which is the green one, go up, right? Put it back in. Okay, so you saw that the green waveform, well, the green line fluctuate based on the what happened just now. You see how it just, you know, went up. So we created a lean condition. So can we trust the O2 sensor? Correct. Yes, we can. So the next thing I like to do is cut out the BS and let's go straight to the problem. Right, so I'm gonna go after the injector, and most likely have a dirty injector somewhere. Okay, let's see exactly where the injector is located. This engine is fairly clean. It actually really clean, too clean. You don't drive this much.
Huh?
You don't drive this vehicle much. Oh shit, sorry. Alright, cool. So we're gonna go after the injectors, but we gotta remove the shield, and that shield we're gonna pull them out, get it cleaned up, and probably put in an ultrasonic and see if that make a difference. Or we could just check for vacuum leaks. I don't think it's a vacuum leak. I mean, for kicks and giggles, I can try to pump some smoke into it. Let's do that first. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just create some smoke right here, and let's see if we have any vacuum leak before we attack the injectors. Put some smoke. Okay, so we're gonna go the easiest thing I could get my hands, which is the manifold. Alright, so we're gonna look for any kind of vacuum leak that we see on this engine. Okay, so yeah, we gotta take it off. Gotta take off from here. Alright, so we got a little thing going because it wasn't sealed properly, but again, it doesn't seem like we have any vacuum leaks on this vehicle. Alright, so I'm just here with some students going through a process how we diagnose a lean condition on these vehicles. Alright, we're using the correct tools. We got the scan tool, we got the smoke machine, we got our tools, right, and show you how you can use the data to diagnose these vehicles fairly easy without throwing parts, because previous shop they replaced the crank and the cam for a lean condition, which is crap. So we're gonna remove the shield so we can get access to the injectors. Right, we also got the gas. Yeah, correct. So you see that seal on the cover, right? So that will explain to you earlier. So we're gonna take off the shield so we get access to this, right? What you could do in the meantime, you could take this battery out, please.
Take out the battery?
Yeah?
Battery
Yeah? No, the battery on the hold. So you can get access. Yeah, for sure. Look. So you could get access here. Alright, so as I said, man, I'm at SBCS with some students here working on their personal vehicle, trying to solve this P0171 codes, right? System 2 lean, as I mentioned. He's been driving around with this fault for a while, okay? And we like to rectify it, so let's get it done. Alright, so seeing that this is a Subaru, right? You got, this is bank 1, bank 2 is on the next side, right? So this is cylinder 1 and 3. On this side is 2 and 4. So we're gonna see if we could get these injectors out. Okay, it's kind of in a sticky place because it's really hot, but once we get this off, we're supposed to be able to take the injectors out and see what's going on and see if it make a difference. Alright, so what we're going to do here is just remove these injectors. This is 1 and 3, and let's take a look and see what's going on with this. Also gotta remember to wear your glasses. Okay, let's take this off and let's see. Yep, number 1 is okay, number 3 sucks. Alright, so let's see what's going on with number 2 and 4. Take these injectors out on 2 and 4, and there you have it. It is filthy. So let's clean them up and let's put it back in, and let's do our checks and ensure that we don't have this lean condition. What we're going to do is just remove the injectors off the reel, and we're going to put it in the ultrasonic machine here, and we're just going to, you know, give it a little clean up and pulse it using the auto injector signal generator, and we're supposed to be inside. So someone hold that light. Let me show you how easy it is. So we're now installing the injectors back into the vehicle, and let's cross our fingers, and I believe we're on point because we did clean the mass airflow, and now we're trying to clean the injectors. It's really dirty. If you like to improve your automotive diagnostic skills, you can look me up at SBCS GLI. Look for a practical approach to diagnostics, where you can enroll and learn how to fight these automotive problems that we see on a daily basis. I teach everything from how to troubleshoot a misfire to network fault. You see the guys basically getting their hands on, right? So you also have to learn the fundamentals, and that's what it's about. Okay, so let's come out and let's go right back into ECM. If you can recall, we did have the check engine light on. I'm going to clear the fault codes that's on the system, right? The guy just put in the injector, so we have no fault codes, and we didn't even clear anything. But just to be on the safe side, let's go all the way back out. Let's press OK, and let's go right back. Oh snap. Let's go right back into the system because I had the key off while we was doing the repairs. So let's see what's going on. Alright, so we're gonna go straight to the ECM. If you can recall, we had a P0171 system 2 lean. We had a P1605, and we had a U code for the power steering. So let's. Oh, we have no fault codes. All right. So let's come out of here. Let's go straight to live data. Matter of fact, before we go into that, let's go into special function and see if we have any adaptive values to do. No, nothing. Okay, so let's go into live data. So we're gonna get a rough start when we start the vehicle up because we have no fuel. Let's see, short term. Let's go to oxygen sensor. Calculator load. We're gonna pull up the PIDs that we had before. If you can recall, we was seeing like 4.1 milliseconds on the fuel injection. Long term was PEG. Short term was PEG, and the O2 sensors running lean. Calculated low was 32. So let's start up. No, I'm gonna have the guys check for any leaks, and let's see what's going on. So right now we're seeing long term is at, let's say, 0. I'm not sure if we gotta take this vehicle for a run to probably do a proper relearn, but let's see what's going on. The vehicle is don't have the rough idle like before. We have no check engine light, and let's see if we have any corrections to be done. The oxygen sensor is actually working. Before it was saying 0.07, right, millivolts, and you actually see is, starting to go back and forth. All right, what is that? That's long term is going up to 0.81. Okay, before it was pegged at 32. Short term was also high. We just gotta get the vehicle warmed up again because it was somewhat cold. So let's see if we fix this vehicle. So before, this whole engine was vibrating a lot because of the dirty injectors, and see it's basically running calm, right? No parts was required to diagnose this vehicle. All we did was service the injectors. The customer's gonna have to eat the crank and cam sensor. Can't do nothing about that, but I guarantee he saw the approach that we took in order to diagnose this vehicle. And I know he's gonna appreciate it, just like the other guys here in the shop. So if you like to learn these things, hit me up, like I said, at SBCS, right? Or you can message me, you know how it is, man. But until then, y'all give me a thumbs up, hit that bell notification, leave a comment down in the box. Until then, peace.